today we got 12 batteries. I have unscrewed them while the camera was charging, and first we're gonna start it with a Porta Power battery. We also get a Bosch power pack, a Bosch power tube. We won't be opening that today. Another employee wanted to have a look at it, and we might do a video on that separately. Here's an original Porta Power battery, and you can see this logo here indicating it's original Porta Power, triangular screws, and this label, and it looks to be in good shape. This one, however, came with the holder and it was locked, so we had to drill the lock up. So that's probably why we got it for free. It might be a good battery, but it might be an old battery. So, and here you can see it has the original BMS from Porta Power and the Panasonic cells. Now these are almost like 10 years old. Can we see the date code clearly anywhere? We can see a 1 over here indicating it's from 2011, so this is exactly 10 years old. And the light is actually lighting up. I don't think you can see that too well, but that means that this battery might be working. It might even have like 7 amp hours left. It's 35.3, so this one we might be able to save completely and maybe sell to someone who lost his battery. And no water damage, no fault. This one we will charge up and see how much capacity it has, because it's Panasonic cells. Sometimes they have capacity as new. I'm guessing we will get 7 or 8 ampere hours out of this battery, because they are really good. And we can finally get original Porta Power batteries with Panasonic PF, and I'm so proud of that. But we only sell them inside Sweden. And then we're going to Crescent batteries. They use Philion Joy Cube in most of their e-bikes. Some are smart, some have e-going access. This is an older e-going, and I think we can open this one up just by removing the rear. We had this in before, and sometimes it's a damaged charging port. This one looks okay. We actually have that charger now in stock, and there's not much to grip on, but this we've seen before. Here you can see, I think that is silicone actually, not water. Has this been open, or do they have tape there? As you can see, the cells have this very thin protection against the sides, but it works. And here is some silicone that might have ended up. Did this one have an indicator? Yeah, it's shining 3 stars, so maybe this one is working. Look how much silicone they added over here. Yeah, and this one usually required a smart function on the e-bike. It's 36.18. This might be fully functional. This one we might be able to sell after testing, of course. We did repair one of these batteries once, but it was so difficult to pull it in the case again. Everything had to be perfect to the millimeter, so we will not replace the cells. Can you hear how it whines? And of course I put it in upside down. Yeah, you can see on the warranty sticker there, I did something wrong. And yeah, they have the fuse inside here. How do you act? Yeah, you might be able to access that from the front, but there are like 7 screws you have to. So that's not so bad actually. So 2 down, and then we're gonna go for this one. This is a classic Philion battery. It has just 4 screws. It's very similar to Bosch in design, and you have to pry this one open. I just have this one. Yeah, I think we've done it. And yeah, I don't think it has been opened before, but it came out fairly easy. I don't see any water damage, but you can see there are a lot of flux. Did it have an indicator? Yes. And it lights up 2 stars, meaning it's most likely okay. Sometimes the bike shop get them because of poor capacity, or sometimes there might be something wrong with the e-bike. This one is 36 volts, so this one will also capacity test and see if it works. And I just found out today that there are 2 sizes of these battery packs. It's so insane. I don't know if this is the short or long one, but apparently there are 2 sizes. Yeah, this is the shorter one. The longer one is the older version, which has an indicator on the side. Yes, just so weird. And everyone, of course, has the same name. YC, EB, Joycube, ebike 360. And then we have two Batavus batteries, also made by Shanshu Filion Battery Company Limited. Let's check indicator, nothing. These are usually heavy water damage and sometimes low voltage, but water damage, there are few batteries which has more problem with water damage than this one. And it's not really fair because it has a rubber list. It has a rubber list, but somehow water can come in from over here. If they had added 2 more screws, it probably wouldn't have happened, but they have a severe problem with water damage, and this is the way you open it up. So it's, oh yeah, it might not be water damage, it might be electrolyte, but considering it's this brown color, it's most likely water, because there aren't that much steel in this battery. It's mostly nickel and aluminium. And do we have any voltage? Maybe we can change the BMS if the cells are okay, but I think we have, no, we have 36.4 volts, but the indicator is not working. Is the indicator water damaged? No, it looks fine. But the BMS is most likely shut off. Let's just check one random cell group to see. Oh, it's 4 volts. So we have most likely one dead cell group over here. Yeah, so this one will take apart. Maybe we can build a new battery inside this, and I think we can save 90% of the cells. So that was a good find. Another Batavus battery, and this one looks fully charged. What seems to be the problem? And no water damage. No damage at all from what I can tell. Looks pristine. Looks really, really good. What's the voltage, darling? Come on. 39.11. Let's just check one random cell. If it's 3.9, it's 3.78. So most likely a big Batavus problem is that the nickel strips is losing grip of the cells, especially around the middle parts, and so just 1 or 2 cells are connected to the whole pack, making the capacity terrible, maybe like 5 ampere hours or something like that. I believe that that is the problem. Of course you can fix it, but it takes maybe an hour or so. These are poor capacity cells, so we will probably replace it with new cells. And we have a fully working Batavus battery. Nice. We actually reached out to Batavus a couple of weeks back asking if we can buy their batteries and chargers. They have not responded. I think they're a little lazy due to COVID and e-bike boom. And this one has 2 stars on the indicator. I'm calling it stars. We have so many of these cases. We have like 30, 50, 40 of these cases, and I had to throw many of them out. But we're saving the charging port and the discharging pins, and because these ones you really do need to have the original BMS. So unless we have that, we can't really do anything. Oh. Well, I didn't say it was easy. But it works. And here you can see the adhesive tape. I don't know if you can remove it with heat, but I don't want to have 500 degrees next to the cells. And I don't know anything about them. And this looks pristine as well. Indicator still showing 2 pins. Let me go get a fill-in charger and try and charge it. Charger. And it charges, and wait for it. Wait for it. Yeah, you have to charge it for 5 seconds, but it's actually charging. So when I brought the charger, I can actually check that these ones are charging. And it's charging. Sometimes it's checking for a few seconds and turning off, but the charger is not actually powered by us. It's just to remember it's ours and not a customer charger. We have not made any modifications. So, but this one looks pristine and charging. thank you. Yeah, then it most likely has poor capacity or something. But we still can reuse the BMS. It looks great. This is the old Batavis battery. It's called Wall ES, but it has the same system. Just slide that rubber list back in place. Oh, and this one also looks pristine. No water damage. I'm surprised. And yeah, it has this locking pin, which you do not want to lose if you open this up. So let's see if this one takes a charge. I haven't even checked the voltage. Indicator lights up 2 pins. We have a lot of testing to do now. Yeah, and it charges for... Yeah, it smells a little bad. Oh, and it stops charging. So this one is a no charge. And that could have been to poor cells. What do we have here? Oh, yes, some silicone. And we have positive over here, negative over here. It's 35.5. So it actually... Check one random cell group just to get a clue. 3.5. So we have a faulty BMS on this one most likely, and okay cells. But it's still 11 amp hour version. Yeah, 11 amp hour version. So it might be good idea to flip over another BMS, and we have a working Batavis battery. Nice. Yeah, go ask your bike store to get all their batteries for free. They would love to give it to you, because in Sweden it costs like $5 or something to dispose of an e-bike battery. Here is one of the smarter ones, the newer ones, the smarter ones, couple anti-theft that you connect to your phone. So if someone steals this, they can't use it on another bike. So that makes these batteries pretty useless to us. We will save the indicator and maybe the charging port. Maybe we can save the cells. This one seems to be in working order since the indicator is working, but most times we get these because they have like 2 or 3 volts. The smart circuits are draining the cells in just a couple of months. Oh my god! I have not had this version in before. Maybe I have, but not with the added silicone. And is it something 29E? Sometimes it's 22P, and then they're kind of worthless. Yeah, it's 11.6, so it's definitely 29E, even if you can't see which one it is. And this is definitely not something you want to repair. Just look at the crazy config. Just look at it. And everything is so super tight, you will have no margin for error. If you use too much solder, you won't be able to close this case up. And then they have like ribbon cables, and we do not have this 3-pin. I never seen this 3-pin charging port before. It is a Philium battery, so here we will just take the cells, because obviously it's locked to another e-bike, and obviously the original BMS is crap. But we get the 4029Es for free, and that's amazing. And here we have another one of those. Die. Yeah, it's the same version, but most likely with dead cells. I think I opened this up and it's actually connected with the nickel strip. Yeah, it's under here. And there's a plastic plate above, I think. Yeah, now we have battery minus, and I think this is battery positive. Did we get any positive result yet? Oh, yeah, 28.7, so we can actually save the cells. We have 8329E. Nice. Because the older version, we're almost getting to them, then the cells have almost all died. Here's the triangular pin. And it flashes like it's a disco. And it doesn't want to stop. Want to go for a ride. Yeah. Oh, another version with black silicone. But now we know where everything is. Yeah, and we can get negative there and positive there. Nice, 36.4. Another bunch of free cells that we can sell. Nice. And yeah, it's still flashing like crazy. But I think it will wear itself out. So now we just have one battery left, and it's the older Crescent battery. Yeah, it's so similar, but it's not. It has the older, yeah, older charging port, not the older, but older. They change charging ports every year, so you cannot reuse your charger when you buy a new e-bike. You have to buy a new charger. You have to buy a new charger for your new e-bike, or you cannot charge it. You must buy a new charger. We have a new charging pin this year for your new smart e-bike. It's smarter than last year. Last year, our smart e-bike connector was very smart. This year, it's even smarter. Come on, let go. Let it go. Don't say I forget the screw, no? Yeah, it's such a messy battery. Yeah, we have to fold it like this. Those I've taken apart, a couple of ones, like 10 or so far. Like, if you see these batteries run for your life, do not accept them for repair. They are horrible. Most horrible configs you can think of. Worse than the promo-wreck config. It will waste your life. And the BMS and everything. Oh, I just hate this battery. Let's hope that it has some power left. I think we have positive down here. And we have negative here. We can steal from the wire and from the wire. Yeah, it's 4.3, which is kind of common. The BMS drains the battery until it's down to 4.3 volts. Then the electronics on the PCB cannot power cells up, and then it had successfully killed the cells. I don't know if these are 22P or 29E. No, they're 29E, so they would actually be worth saving. But that is it. We also had a Bosch power tube, but that's it. We got 12 batteries for free, and many of them we will capacity test and see if they're worth reselling or taking apart for cells. I think it's amazing. Because the e-bike stores have to pay to get rid of them, and they can give it to us for free, and we can actually reuse almost everything, both the cases and the cell, and sometimes the full batteries. We're doing such a good service to the society. I know the e-bike manufacturer maybe does not like that because they cannot sell as many new batteries, but then they should build better batteries that last forever. Then we wouldn't exist. So, that's it.